Got a pen? Okay, first you need an empty file. Then enter the file holding down Z, and using only the L button, enter your name as RR Tangent. That's R, R, T, A, N, G, E, N, and T. Exit the file and re-enter as before, this time entering Abacus as your name. That's A, B, A, C, U, and S. After confirmation, press C right on the title screen and a new file will be created that contains all of the pods and tracks. There's something nasty on the rise in a mythological land, and only a leather-clad, sword-swinging princess can stand against it. Contain yourselves, boys. Xena's coming to the PlayStation. Though the game appears to be similar to the Tomb Raider series, Xena's video gaming debut will have a number of unique features, not least its faithful reproduction of the television show's plots on which it's based. Players assuming the role of Xena will be able to take advantage of all her famous combat maneuvers, including, of course, her legendary sword-fighting skills. Well, everyone has an off day. Well, that's much more like it. Xena's adventure will span 7 huge worlds, each with a number of sub-levels, so there'll certainly be variety in the game. The designers also promise some challenging puzzles to complement the stunning action sequences. And of course, there'll be scores of creatures and bad guys to fight, many of them familiar faces from the TV series, including such villains as the evil Ares.
Well, Xena, looks like you're not doing so well.
We'll be reviewing Xena Warrior Princess soon, but from this footage it seems likely that the game is certain to earn her even more adoring fans. Okay, time for our competition now, so grab a pen. This week's prize is an N64 and a copy of Shadow Man to play on it, so get ready to take a journey into the dark side with this magic-wielding voodoo vigilante. To win this prize, call our number and answer this question. Xena the Warrior is a member of a royal family, but what title does she hold? Is it A, King, B, Queen, or C, Princess? If you think you know, call 0660 113333. Please dial carefully and don't forget to ask permission from the person who pays the telephone bill first. We'll put up the question and number again at the end of today's show, so get dialing and good luck! Coming up, we visit a peculiar circus, check out the Age of Empires, and go on the hunt for a jungle lord. Welcome back to part 2 of Cybernet. Everybody loves a scary computer game. Whether it's Half-Life, Resident Evil or Shadow Man, there's nothing better than a good fright to get the adrenaline pumping. And now, aiming to take terror to a whole new level, comes System Shock 2, a role-playing game that'll make you jump higher than a pole-vaulting kangaroo. With its sinister locations, moody lighting and atmospheric sound effects, it already feels dark and disturbing. Using the Thief graphics engine, the futuristic spaceship on which the game is based looks both realistic and detailed. Aside from the great visuals, the gameplay also appears to be brilliantly thought out. After choosing from one of 3 different soldier classes, your character will continually develop as the game goes on. From learning how to modify weapons to developing supernatural powers like telekinesis, you'll steadily improve as the adventure unfolds. In many people's eyes, System Shock is the most atmospheric first-person adventure ever. With the sequel about to arrive, even the mighty Half-Life could face some serious competition. Just as scary, but in a very different way, is Circus, a game based on those glam rock giants Kiss. Exactly why these colourful clowns have been put into a computer game is anyone's guess, but going on this exclusive footage, it may become a surprise hit. You control one of the band members dressed as a psychotic clown and have to run around various levels attacking hordes of bizarre enemies, whilst listening, of course, to some heavy glam rock music. Based on the comic book series that shares the same name, Circus already has a strong following. Okay, it won't be a Quake 3 beta, but with its mix of first-person action and horror-style environments, it'll certainly be an attention grabber.
And I say welcome to the show.
When anyone mentions Italy, you tend to think of fine food, lots of culture and scenic beauty. But there is something else the Italians are famous for. The name Ferrari symbolises perfectly a country's passion for motorsport. Founded by Enzo Ferrari, a test driver from Modena, Italy, the blood-red cars have forged a reputation for excellence and glamour. On this official site, you can trace the humble beginnings of the company and its growth into a luxurious trademark. You can also look at the factory in Maranello, complete with its state-of-the-art wind tunnel. This is used to improve aerodynamics and boost a Formula One car's performance. Ferrari's first Grand Prix win came in 1951, and World Championship success followed in '52 with Alberto Ascari as the driver. Their last title was in 1979, but by all accounts, this could be a winning year for the famous racers. For a more up-to-date look at the efforts of Ferrari in Formula One, try this site from the official team. With some stunning pictures of drivers Michael Schumacher and Eddie Irvine, these pages are essential viewing for any fan. There are numerous sites on the net devoted to the Italian firm. One of the best is this one by Mr. Boy. You can access a whole load of motor racing links as well as a historic archive of Ferraris that have graced the racing circuit. If you want to join Ferrari's passionate supporters, the Tifosi, then the best place to find them is at Monza. The track first hosted the Italian Grand Prix in 1922 and is renowned for its notorious banked curves. Although the banking hasn't been used since the late 1960s for safety reasons, the decaying track is still a popular site for race fans. Ferrari is one of the most influential names in world motorsport. With 25 world titles and well over 5,000 race wins, it's also one of the most successful. Thanks to the net, we can explore for ourselves the fascination and passion with this famous company. If you've spent the last few weeks in the dark and dangerous tunnels of Quake 2 on the M64, you might like to grab a pen as we have a cheat to liven up your gameplay. Blasting alien creatures is a tiring job, so maybe you need to take the weight off your feet. Just enter S, 3, T, L, O, W, G, R, V, 1, T, Y, and 4 question marks. Now you'll experience low gravity in the multiplayer mode. Running and walking will be normal, but be wary of jumping in this weightless war zone, as you may find you hit your head on the ceiling. Take a good look, strategy fans. By the time you've completed Dungeon Keeper 2 and Total Annihilation Kingdoms, this is the game you'll be playing. Age of Empires 2 is almost complete and it looks amazing. Whilst the gameplay is almost exactly like the original, you'll have loads more races to choose from, units to build and technologies to research. From deadly siege machines to knights on horseback, you'll be able to form huge armies to battle against your rivals. And as the improved graphics engine animates every unit brilliantly, you can have great fun watching your troops destroy an enemy's city. There will also be a host of new sea-based units to create, including these rather handy flame-throwing galleons. Age of Empires 2 looks bigger, bolder and better than ever. Only Tiberian Sun stands in its way of total strategy genre domination. Of course, if you own an N64, chances are you've never played a proper strategy game. But things are about to change. Command & Conquer has finally been converted to the N64 and it plays surprisingly well. You must take control of one of two warring factions, the heroic GDI or the evil Brotherhood of Nod. Whoever you choose, the gameplay revolves around collecting a resource called Tiberian, constructing buildings and then creating various fighting units. Whilst this console version doesn't match up to the excellent PC game, it's just as easy to play. And most importantly, it's just as compelling. Complete one mission and you'll immediately want to try the next. OK, Command & Conquer won't convert too many N64 owners into strategy fans, but for those of you who want to fight and think, this is a great place to start. Tarzan is the classic tale of a baby lost in the jungle and raised by apes, and it's also the latest feature-length film from the masters of animation, Disney. And what do good movie scenes make? Why, great levels in a game, of course. And who better to tell us about Disney's newest game than the men behind it?
Hi, I'm Matt. I'm a director at Eurocom, who are the poor, overworked developer that are working on Tarzan at the moment. We create all the art assets, all the sound, the animation we create in 3D. And we pull all the pieces together and create the game.
And they've produced one of the finest looking Disney games ever, but there were problems.
To take a 2D character and to build that character in 3D, and also to be able to move the camera around in the game and to show the world in 3 dimension is a huge challenge for us.
So how did they do it? Matt told us about the development process.
Initially with taking a 2D image to a 3D model, is that we'll get approved drawings from Disney, different angles, so you get them from the front, the side, rear view. That'll give us a lot of the information we need to build a 3D model of the character. When that is approved, we can then do other things to it, such as adding textures, adding lighting, and that generally finishes off the model.
Much of the game's appeal is in the way the team have grabbed memorable moments from the movie and painstakingly recreated them for players to experience in the game. Here you can see Tarzan tree surfing in the film. Next, the scene in its 3D computer form with only basic obstacles. And finally, the full-speed finished video game level, complete with realistic textures, fantastic lighting and sound effects. The jungle undergrowth is one area that Matt is particularly proud of. The plants are amazingly detailed and Tarzan can climb vines that stretch right off into the distance, all in 3D. For these dramatic effects, the team had to write and use a program specifically created for jungle environments, which took months. But that's not all they did.
The main research that we did for the game really was a videotape in, say, chimpanzees, young chimpanzees. Especially for young Tarzan, they've based a lot of the animation around young chimpanzees, not a human character.
And did you adopt any unusual techniques?
An animator is an actor, really, and a lot of the time you'll see our guys in the office jumping around like chimpanzees, jumping off chairs, because it's the only way they can figure out how to do some of the animation. It's a bit of a crazy environment, but it keeps things fun and it's good.
It certainly is good. When the film and the game are eventually released, fans will find a whole host of game styles to master that directly relate to the action in the movie. Tarzan should be one of the most exciting Disney experiences ever. And who could resist those magnificent monkeys? Ah. have to say goodbye to Tarzan and his friends now. It's the end of another show, but you can always try our competition to win a console. We'll be back again soon, but until next time, check out these wicked images from the Bashfest Evil Zone. Keep it Cybernet.